Hello, everyone, and welcome to Your Mind, Your Reality, Your Results, a weekly live show where I speak with an expert on the subject of mindset so you can change your mindset and ultimately get the amazing results that you want in your life. I'm so pleased to be welcoming Greg to the show today. Welcome, Greg.
Hey, Leah, thank you so much for having me on the show. I'm pretty excited. I think we've got some great information to share with our viewers today.
I certainly think so. I think this is really important, especially for people who have their own businesses, but for really anyone who's looking to promote themselves out there. So you won't want to miss this. In case we haven't met before, my name's Leah Fink. I'm the owner and founder of All Thrive, and I help protect people from the pain of damaged relationships. So if you ever want to speak about that, I would love to connect. But of course, we are here to capitalize on Greg's expertise today. So please, if you have any questions, any comments, feel free to put those in and we can make sure to get back to you. Even if you're not watching this live, if you put pieces in the comments, we'll be able to connect with you and hopefully answer them for you. So, with that all being said, I love to invite people, first of all, to share a little bit about what they do and how you got to be an expert in helping people with their videos.
Well, great, Leah. Well, you know what? A long time ago, I was born in Randville, Saskatchewan, on a shoebox in the middle of the dirt road, and people want to hear that. So, you know what? I've been a quasi entrepreneur all my life. When I was raising my family, I got into the corporate gigs, working for the big guys, and I just came to the decision that it was time to stop working for shareholder value, take all my experiences, my knowledge, and wisdoms came from getting knocked upside the head,
Yeah.
and turn that into a value that I can offer to other business owners and entrepreneurs. And one of the biggest ways factor I've seen into it is learning that with a lot of the marketing, there was a lot of mystery around marketing and a lot of people getting led down the wrong path. Myself, I've got a sport fishing business as well, and I say that I've got a degree in marketing based on what I spent on dumbass campaigns that didn't work. So today, I bought into. The company that I started with some friends is a YYC business, YYC Calgary business. We're a digital media platform. We offer video content creation, publishing, distribution, and promotion services for small businesses, owners, and entrepreneurs.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing. And, obviously you talked about putting a lot of money, pouring that money into, let's say, learning from the
Yeah.
mistakes of what works and what doesn't work for marketing. And I know that's your area of expertise. So does video work and why does it work? Like, what are you seeing right now for that?
Yeah, you know what? Video is exploding. As an entrepreneur, video marketing is your single most powerful tool for getting more visibility more quickly, getting your message out, attracting your ideal clients, having more impact, and ultimately making more money. Okay. The global events of the last couple of years, Leah, has really shaken up how people consume and interact with information, unlike anything we've seen since the advent of TV. For small business owners everywhere, life has changed, and video marketing has become a more important than ever. Okay, savvy business owners know that video is the single most powerful way to reach your audience, and those that don't have a video strategy are slowly going to wither in today's hyper-competitive environment. So, video business leaders want to leverage the power of video, but some of them are not really sure on how to do it, how to proceed, and get a little intimidated about appearing on video. Wow! So, as we go through this, I'm going to share some of the easy ways to get started on your video journey.
That's fantastic. And, I think that's a great gift to be able to give the audience. And you mentioned, people being a little bit worried. I think probably a lot of viewers do know that video is powerful, that it connects people, it builds that sense of trust. Why are some of the reasons that you think people are so hesitant to start in video?
It's quite varied. A lot of it, has to do with the subject of your show. It's mindset. A big thing is just to get over yourself. So I'll cover that off in a bit. But I'll start with a story that kind of illustrates the power of video. Okay, One of our clients partners, they're called Enta Solution, and when COVID-19 hit in March of 2020, it had a devastating impact on their management consulting business. Okay, within a week, all of their clients were gone, and they lost everything overnight. So, but as being entrepreneurs, this is Adam Colazetti and Caitlin Bullock. Shout out to those guys. You know what? They're resilient, they're creative, they're full of energy, and they decided, we're not going to let our dream die. Okay? We're going to jump into this thing, and they threw themselves into learning all they could about digital marketing, digital media, and the impact of using video for business marketing. So they reached out to YYC Business, myself, for help. We had a few sessions. We determined what they were trying to do and what they're trying to accomplish. And the result was they were hosting a regular feature on YYC Business. They were interviewing other businesses, increasing their influence, growing their impact, and creating opportunities. So now, thanks to the power of video and the exposure on the YYC Business platform, the business that was on the rocks 2 short years ago is now growing and thriving. They're now just hired their 10th person, and they're growing. They're actually hiring more people. So, as Adam says, the video has been an incredible lead generator for us. It not only saved our business, but transformed it. So being on video on YYC Business was a real accelerant to us. So, Leah, the success of Enta Solutions is proof that video communications has become a must-have component of any business and marketing strategy. Right?
Yeah.
So, so a lot of the questions are, why is video exploded? What's going on? So, if you don't let me indulge, I'll share some stats with you, and they won't be boring on it. So. Right now, so video is taking over the world by storm. Amazing stat is video will account for more than 80% of all the internet traffic this year. It's 15 times higher than it was in 2017. It's no signs of slowing down. It's just crazy, right? So video is the most popular form of content format in the world, right? Consumers find content delivered via video to be engaging, easy to digest and consume, entertaining to watch, and will always choose it over reading lengthy text articles. Okay? So what does that mean? It shows that video is making up a large percentage of what people see and do online. Right? The other stat is video drives sales. Okay, 94% of consumers who watch explainer videos 94% of consumers watch explainer videos that describe problems, products, or services. 84% consumers bought those products and services after watching the video. And another big one is, 95% of reviewers are going to remember a video CTA versus only 10% who remember a text-laden CTA, right? Video dominates social media. Video is massively outperforming image, text, and other forms of social media contact. In fact, over 75% of the content on the internet right now, in social media, is video. So video gets more views, shares, likes, comments, and reach, and it generates more intrigue than any other form of content on social media. It's more shareable. Again, this one blows me away. Video is 1,200 times more likely to be shared than an image or text combined. So if you want to go viral, if you want to be shared, video is the way to go. Okay? So those are some pretty compelling stats as to what's going on in the world of video.
Those are certainly hugely compelling stats. And, as you were saying that, I was thinking of course, my own browsing history and what I'm looking for. And just, to me, I think it's the amount of trust you build in a video compared to a graphic or a text, right? Seeing your face, I can look into your eyes, and as you're talking, I feel I can get way more of a sense of what's happening, of what kind of person you are. And for a business that's really selling not only their product, but kind of themselves, I could see how important that would be.
Yeah, you're 100% right, Leah. People buy from people. And one of the biggest lessons learned that through this whole, pandemic is, when you can't do the face-to-face interaction, video has been able to replicate the know, like, and trust foundational relationship building that is traditionally done in person. So when you watch video, it's tough to hide who you are, right? You get enough on video, people start to again figure out who you are. They start to think that they know you, right? I don't know how many these days. I don't know how many Zoom meetings we had. You look at me and you. I think we met on Zoom on a couple, probably 20 times before we've actually met at that Better Business Bureau event.
Yeah.
And we went in there. It's like, holy smokes, man! This is the first time we met. But how you doing? Whatever, right?
Yeah.
Crazy. So yeah, people, you know what? Again, with video, people like to know who they're doing business with. So you come across, it's a great way to connect, and you can look somebody's in their eyes, you look at their mannerisms, and you see the fact that they're fallible, right? I messed up a few lines, and it's not perfect, it's not rehearsed, but who cares, man? I am what I am.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons I love live as well. Is I feel I get a lot more from people being unscripted and having a conversation about topics that they're clearly experts in than I do from someone reading a script that they made and just going through the points, right? There's a different connection that we get when there's that bit of a natural feel as well.
Yeah, for sure. Again, there's a time and place for
Yes,
totally. different types of videos, right? So, your keeper videos, or your website videos, your explainer videos, your product knowledge videos. Those ones are that, but your relationship grabbing, your quick videos, or your Instagrams, your TikToks, your quick hits. The time and place. Okay.
Totally. Yeah, no, and you're totally right. For this specific, I do like the live, but you're right for that polished content. I mean, I don't think anyone would make maybe a live commercial. You wouldn't see that so much. You'd see something more scripted because that's how people take it in, or is that?
I think so. It just takes a lot more time and effort, and well, again, it's critical that you do that. But it's part of some of the areas I'm going to cover off in a minute here. But you start off, you ask about the challenges of people. So video is so compelling. There's so many reasons for it, and what are some things that are prohibiting or slowing people down from taking advantage of it? And when I see one of the big ones, you kind of hit on it, is personally, people are not really comfortable. They're a bit of afraid. They liken the fear of video is almost likened to public speaking, right? They just don't get it. They're not comfortable. They don't know what to say. They're concerned how they're going to look. They're going to kind of come across as a buffoon. So then the other aspect is technically, right? It can get complicated. How much time will it take? It's expensive. Can I afford it? And then the other big question people have is, from the promotion aspect of it. I go through all this time and effort making a video. Who's going to watch it? Where do I post it? Which platform? Who's going to see it? So these are some valid questions that people have, right? So
totally. And that's, that comes back to the same thing you said about spending your time wasting money, or spending your money learning about, different sales processes that work. And clearly finding video is one that, when you put the money in, you make a quality product, and you learn how to promote it in the right places, then it does have this huge impact.
Yeah. You know what? So here's some tips that they'll offer up when it comes to marketing. Calls the 5 P's of video marketing, video platform. First is your purpose. Okay. What is the goal of your video? Are you looking to become an influencer? You're attracting people to your website or your landing page? Are you looking to promote an event, persuade buyers to view from you? Or you want to do some how-to videos, teaching videos. So get clear on the purpose of the video that you want to promote, create. The next one is your premise. Okay, what is your message? What is the content? What are you going to talk about? What do you want people to take away from watching your video? Okay. Third P, then it comes into the all-important production aspect. Okay, what's it going to take to record your video? what equipment is required. You got a different requirement for recording a video live or going into a studio or doing it remotely. Just get comfortable with understanding what equipment you're going to need, and then the whole editing testing piece. Are you going to do it yourself? Are you going to outsource it? So production considerations are the third P. The fourth one is your platform. Okay, what's the style? What's the format? We discussed. Are you going to do a live session? Are you going to do a recorded session? Are you going to do a long form type of video or a short form TikTok, Instagram style? So really understand what's the style, what's the format, what's the platform, and then the final P is the promotion. Okay, how are you going to get that video off your hard drive and onto whatever platform you're using, being YouTube, your website, your social media? How are you going to get that off? And it's all about distributing and sharing your video. So that's the 5 P's of video marketing. Does that make sense?
Those do make sense. I think they're fantastic. And one thing I was thinking as we are talking about the mindset behind people getting into video, making sure they're taking this on is recognizing it's important, is if you heard those 5 steps and you went a little bit, oh no, what's, I don't know those, I don't have those pieces. I mean, I know you're going to share the ideal solution with us a little bit near the end here, but even just encouraging people to start out, and the mindset of just trying something, right? This is a common problem of entrepreneurs, is thinking through things and thinking something has to be perfect the first time. And the only way I can approach something is if I have $5,000 equipment and I have to do it all myself and I don't know how to edit, and I'm going to have to, and there's so many solutions around there, from starting yourself, start it simple, to hiring professionals like yourself. It doesn't have to be as daunting maybe as people take it on to be.
No, you're absolutely right. Again, why I laid out the 5 principles is before you put time and effort into it, kind of have a bit of a game plan. And these are some considerations to make. But again, it's you hit it right on the net. The main thing you need to do is get out of your own way and get started. Right? You shouldn't be scared of making videos. Okay. The reality is everybody's nervous. Most people fear video, again, the same way that they fear public speaking, right? But more times than not, once you go through it, the build up and the fear of the event subsides. It's blown away after you actually do it and you practice it and you do it for a few times. And then you start to think, hell, what was I so worked up about, right? So, just do it. The other part is, practice. The great thing about video is, you can practice without anybody ever seeing it. Set up your phone, set up your Zoom, record yourself. Play with the lighting, play with the sound. Record yourself 1,000 times until it comes off as being natural and being that you're comfortable with it. Practice. That's part of feeling comfortable, right? The next is scripting. Right, create a script that you don't want to be reading a script, but you want to learn what you're going to say. Commit it to memory, and a script is great. I write down a few bullet points just to keep me on the kind of guardrails as to where I'm going with it, so you don't wander off and meander along like I'm doing now. So, the other consideration is smile, look into the camera, be a little automated. Okay, energy gets transferred through video, and it's if you're going to sit back and just kind of be boring or lump, people aren't going to engage. So, the point is, be real. Don't be yourself. If you're not an animated, wow, crazy guy, then don't be that, because you got to be true to yourself, and it's all about being authentic. You're not for everybody. I'm not for everybody. But the ones that are for it love me. I'm the greatest. And the ones that don't, whatever.
Well, that is such a great point, and that just really ties back to what we were talking about at the beginning, is that being yourself, first of all, is critical, but also maybe if you're not the loudest person, having some animation, having some change in inflection and some smiling and some energy. Also, because people kind of expect, I think, a bit of that on video. So many of the videos we see have people that are really, moving in high energy. So bringing that part of yourself while still being true, I just see as so valuable to having people connect with you.
The best way I can put into it is, if we're sitting together having a conversation, I'm not going to be deadpan. I'm not going to be boring. It's like, whatever.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk. We're gonna be animated at times that, where I feel passionate about something, I'll be a little more animated. So the way to do that is just figure out a way to transfer on video and pretend you're having a conversation with a friend or a coworker, right?
I love that. That's a great point, is having even have someone else in the room behind the camera who you're talking to, and bringing that energy. I love that as an idea.
Yeah. So
So
the other, yeah, sorry, I was just going to say the other challenge people have is just getting going, just getting started. Get your first video recording. So my tips on that is, get accustomed to the technology. Your phone is your camera. Zoom is recording. Play with it. Just get comfortable with it, right? Try different locations for practice recordings. If you're doing it at home, try it in different rooms, different writing. Just that's your time to experiment, right? And then I suggest you record it first before going live. Record it through. It's the magic of video recording is, again, record it, edit it, just go through. Don't worry about your mistakes. Get the reps in, get the practice in. It'll pay off dividends. And the other tip is, know who you're talking to, know your audience, know your topic well, keep it simple, keep it short. And again, back to our original premise with your mindset. Nobody's perfect. Just do it.
yeah, I love that. And that is, if people were to take one thing from this, for me personally, that is what I would start with, this idea of don't, overthink to the point of never doing it. Just repeat it, edit as you need to feel comfortable, and recognize that people aren't going to notice the things you notice, right? Start putting things out. You're not going to have someone messaging you to comment on how.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. No one's
sorry
going to message you. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, again, nobody knows what you left out, what you've meant to say. I mean, it's only you. You're your own worst critic. And again, a big part of my belief is, just get over yourself, man.
Totally. Well, no one's going to comment on your video and say, you said 3 times, right?
Yeah.
That's not how people work. No one knows. You could go back over this video, having not noticed a single one, slow it down and listen, and you'd hear things. You definitely hear things that weren't perfect. But when you were watching it and enjoying it and in the flow of it, people aren't thinking about that.
Yeah, no, for sure. So, those are some great tips on how to go about it and approach it yourself. But again, what getting back to my business and what I offer, my services, you know what? It's you don't have to go it alone. I can working with me. I really work with the people I work with. I work on, helping you look good. I do some video coaching so that you're coming across as, competent, confident, and comfortable on camera. Again, that's through reps. We understand and work with you, understand who's your target audience, what is your messaging, what are your takeaways, what are your CTAs, and really work to get that concise and articulate. And that's one of the biggest feedback that I get from the clients I work with, is they love the process of articulating their message, getting it down into concise terms. Okay. And we work together to create kind of your scripting, your guidelines, and figure out what you're going to say, and then practice it out so it comes across as being natural. And then bang, we film, we just go. So again, the good news is the session is recorded, and if you start scrambling and unlike live, you start skewing, going down the wrong path. When the recording, the magic message is cut, and you start again. Okay. So from that aspect, after we do the filming, I do all the heavy lifting. I do the editing, production, either in the studio or live. Our company's done over 1,000 live videos in the last 2 years. So we've figured out a few things on what works, what gets their attention, what keeps their attention. And we really try to share that in terms of best practices on working with our clients. Okay. Then we from a promotion aspect, we publish it, we get it onto our website, we put it to our social media channels. So we give you a head start by talking to our audience. But really, the whole goal is to create your own audience, to create your own messaging, to create your own community, your own following. So we help produce the video content tool that helps you accomplish all that. So, bottom line, a couple hours of your time spent with me will yield a custom video, a custom series, some strategy on where do you want to go, and really start you down the path to using the video to increase your influence, increase your impact, and to create new opportunities to me. So, if that's a path you want to go down, feel free to reach out to me, right?
Yeah. Well, and just to clarify for people as well, you're doing this just in Calgary physically, or you're doing this online as well?
Oh, I do this online. Basically, there's different ways to do it. When we're offering our services, we offer to come to you live in Calgary, soon to be Edmonton. We do it in our studio. Again, our studio's in Calgary, soon to be Edmonton. And then Zoom is global. We can reach all corners of the world. So whatever the format's going to fit. My takeover Canada plan is to expand out into 14 different towns and cities across Canada, but I still got to figure out what I'm doing here first.
Well, wait for Canada and then world domination. From what I understand, too, you also have a generous offer for our watchers today.
I do. So, you know what? I drink my own Kool-Aid. So, which means I've just launched my own show. I'm hosting my own show. It's called Top Dog Tips, No BS Expert Business Advice. And what it is I'm offering, I guess, an opportunity to be featured as an expert, tell their story. We create a video. I do all the coaching, the interview preparation. We create a short 7 to 10 minute video, and through that, again, it gives you the content that you own, gives you a publication. I put it on my website or social media channels and go through that. So the offer I'm making to the viewers of this show is I'm offering a one-time 25% discount off the show. It's a $500 value for the video, which is crazy cheap for what it is you're getting. So, but
Yeah.
for the show, I'm offering up for just under $375. So there's going to be a link, I guess you're going to post to my landing page, or give me a call, 403-703-7944. Mention that you've seen it on the show, and I'll apply that discount. Right.
Awesome. And people will see that in the description to the show. So you can go find the contact info for Greg there and find that link. And that is very generous. Video is something people might be hesitant to invest in, but like you spoke about today, there's so many benefits to your business of it actually drawing people in if you find that people haven't been attracted to you fully in the way that you've been presenting yourself online.
Well, Leah, you know what? Video communication has become a must-have component in any business marketing strategy, right? Businesses looking to get visibility online, stronger engagement, and more opportunities need to investigate video now.
Yeah. Well, that I think is a perfect message to end on because it is something that's critical. Take the time, think about what your strategy is, rewatch this video and listen to those 5 Ps for how you're going to get started, and contact Greg if you want it to look good and make the impact you're having. And just thank you so much for being with me today, Greg. It was absolutely fantastic.
Oh, thanks, Leah. I love what you're doing. You keep on keeping on. You're a perfect example. You've started this whole series yourself. You're getting it out there, and you know what? It works. People appreciate you showing up. They become to start to count on it and count on you and count on you being there and start looking to you and your guests for answers. So, thank you for stepping up and being who you are.
Thank you, Greg. I really appreciate that. And I appreciate our audience for joining us. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I'll look forward to seeing you next week. And remember, every thought counts.